Welcome you, ma'am, and my dear friends. My seminar topic is anthocyanins and flavones. Anthocyanins or natural plant pigments. They can be classified as glycosides and aglycons. Aglycons is nothing but it is a sugar-free pigment and it is also known as anthocyanidins. The anthocyanins, it is a water-soluble pigment. It generally occurs in the cell sap in the plants and is responsible for large variety of colors and flavors. Mainly red, violet and blue color is because of anthocyanins. The anthocyanin pigment or amphoteric, they usually occur as red, blue and in violet. In acidic salts, they usually in the red color, and metallic salts or basic condition, it appears as blue in color, and in neutral solution, they are violet in color. In addition to anthocyanins, the color of the flowers depends on the presence of co-pigments such as flavones and flavonols. The different shades of flowers are due to the presence of some anthocyanins in the different media, as I said before, like in acidic, alkaline, and neutral. The factors that favor the synthesis of anthocyanins are accumulation of sugars, strong light, low temperature, drift, low nitrogen content of the soil, and oxygen supply. Moreover, when compared to visible rays, ultraviolet rays are more effective in the synthesis. All the anthocyanins have flavulum chloride or 2-phenyl benzopyrrolium chloride as a parent compound. These are the structure of benzopyrrolium chloride and flavulum chloride. All the anthocyanins and anthocyanidins are the derivatives of 3,5,7 trihydroxyflavulum chloride. The flavulum cation, this is the structure of flavulum cation and it can be represented by a number of resonating structures. See here, the double bond shifts to oxygen and the positive charge comes here. From this to this, the double bond from here shifts here and the positive charge comes here, and here the double bond shifts here and the positive charge comes here. Like this, it can be represented by a number of resonating structures. The sugar-free portions of anthocyanins are known as anthocyanidins and it is obtained by heating the pigment with 10% HCl. Cyanin on heating with 10% HCl, it gives cyanidin, aglycon or anthocyanidin and 2 moles of glucose. In anthocyanins, the common sugars that are found are glucose, galactose and rhamnose. Among this, the important one is the glucose. Some of the anthocyanins as well as the anthocyanidins, which is a sugar-free portion of anthocyanin, are acylated derivatives of two common acids. They are para-hydroxybenzoic acid and malonic acid. The term flavonoids was first coined by Geisman et al. In 1952 to cover all the compounds whose structure is based on the flavone. This is the structure of flavone. Thus, we conclude that the anthocyanins will constitute a one group of flavonoid compounds. Now, we are mainly focusing on anthocyanins and flavones. On treatment with aqueous NaOH, anthocyanins shifts from blue to violet and flavones to yellow color. With concentrated H2SO4, anthocyanin gives yellowish orange and flavones give shifts from yellow to orange color. With magnesium HCl mixture, anthocyanin gives red to pink color and for flavone it shifts from yellow to red color. Now we are going to see the structural elucidation of cyanin chloride. The formula is C15H11Cl06. Cyanin chloride on hydrochloric acid gives cyanidin chloride and 2 moles of D-glucose. C27H31Cl06, which is cyanin chloride, on treatment with HCl, it gives 2 moles of glucose plus C15H11Cl06, which is cyanidin chloride. In general, potassium hydroxide fusion may be used to degrade this compound if the methoxyl groups are present. But in the case of cyanide chloride, there is no methoxyl groups present. So, the potassium hydroxide fusion may be used to degrade this compound to give fluoroglycinol and protocatechoic acid. This structure has been confirmed by the synthesis which was reported by Robinson et al. In 1928. The compound 1, that is 2-benzoyl oxy 4,6 dihydroxy benzaldehyde, which on treatment with 3,4 triacetoxy acetophenone under the presence of ethyl acetate and HCl gas, it gives the compound 3. In the presence of sodium hydroxide and HCl, all the acetoxy groups gets released and the hydrogen gets attached to give cyanide chloride. Cyanide chloride is a red salt which is insoluble in water, but it is very soluble in ethanol. To demonstrate that the color of the salt will varies with the solution of pH, in the aqueous sodium acetate solution at pH 8, the solution is violet due to the formation of anhydrous base. On standing, the solution becomes colorless by the conversion of anhydrous base into pseudo base. When this colorless solution is made alkaline, it gives blue color due to the formation of anion, that is anhydrous base anion. When this solution is made acidic at pH 4, it gives red color because of the regeneration of cyanide chloride. On the other hand, on standing in acidic solution, all these compounds will give the yellow chalcone. The starting compounds for the synthesis of cyanide chloride, it is 1 and 2. It can be synthesized as below. Synthesis of compound 1, when fluoroglycinol, it is treated with C6H5COCl, the HCl get evolved and COC6H5 attached here to give this compound. On treatment with HCN and HCl, it gives the aldehyde group which gets attached ortho to the hydroxy group to give the compound 1, that is 2-benzoyl oxy 4,6 dihydroxy benzaldehyde. And the synthesis of compound 2, which involves the catechol on treatment with chloroacetic acid. See here the catechol, the H from here and the Cl gets removed to give this compound, which on treatment with Az2O and potassium acetate to give this compound, like KCl gets evolved to give OAC gets attached and 2OAC gets attached to here to give the compound 2, which is 3,4 triacetoxy acetophenone. The next step is to assign the position of glucose units in the cyanine molecule. It can be done by the following methods. Cyanine is treated with 15% of hydrogen peroxide in acetic acid to give the compound 2, from this compound 2 the glucose unit is easily removed by dilute ammonia. This indicates that the cyanine has one glucose unit. Thus, the one glucose unit is present in the cyanine has been confirmed using the synthesis 1. In the synthesis 2, the cyanine chloride is methylated and then hydrolyzed by HCl to give this compound. In this, all the hydrogens gets methylated, and then treatment with barium hydroxide, it gives the compound with free hydroxyl groups, which is corresponding to position 5 in the cyanine. This, as a result, it indicates that there is a glucose unit in the position 5 in the cyanine chloride. Thus, as a result, it is concluded that there are 2 glucose units in the cyanine chloride. Next is the structural elucidation of quercetin. Its molecular formula is C15H10O7. This occurs as a glycoside quercetin in the bark of trees like Quercus tincoria. The quercetin it is appear to be a mostly distributed natural pigment. On hydrolysis with acid, the quercetin forms quercetin with the liberation of one molecule of Ramos. Quercetin, which contains 5 hydroxyl groups, which on treatment with potassium hydroxide fusion test is done because there is no methoxyl groups present here. It gives chloroglycinol and protocatechoic acid. On methylation, it gives pentamethyl quercetin, which on treatment with potassium hydroxide and ethanol, the bond gets cleaved here and OH comes here. Here C double bond O CH2 OMe to give the compound 6 hydroxy 2,4 trimethoxyacetophenone with the liberation of veratric acid. Another synthesis is by Robinson et al. In 1926. It is a general method for the synthesis of flavanols. Here, W-methoxyfluoroacetophenone is condensed with veratric anhydride in the presence of potassium salt of veratric acid to give this compound, which on potassium hydroxide fusion followed by hydrogen iodide to give this product containing 5 hydroxyl groups, which is same product when fused with KOH on cyanidin chloride. The relationship between cyanidin chloride and quercetin is suggested by the fact that both give the same product when fused with KOH. Note, this is one of the most important question which is asked repeatedly in the summative examination. Bauer et al. Have converted the pentaacetate of quercetin into cyanidin chloride by means of lithium aluminum hydride, and King et al. Has converted the reductive acetylation of quercetin into cyanidin chloride. This appears to be the most useful general method. These are my references. Thank you one and all.